It's a disgrace what's going on. We'll see what happens. But I think it's really a sad situation when you look at what happened. And many people have said you should fire him. Again, they found nothing. And in finding nothing, that's a big statement. So we'll see what happens. I think it's disgraceful, and so does a lot of other people. This is a pure and simple witch hunt.
An update on the big story we're following this morning. Sources tell the Washington Post that the president spent much of Monday afternoon glued to the television before he opened a meeting on Syria with that lengthy, scathing response, part of which you just saw. The president was reportedly watching cable news coverage of the FBI's raid of his longtime personal lawyer, Michael Cohen. Prosecutors and agents from the Southern District of New York obtained the search warrant in coordination with the special counsel's office after receiving a referral from Robert Mueller's team. The president tweeting, attorney-client privilege is dead. And that it's a witch hunt. So the president in defense mode this morning and not appearing to be thinking about Syria, which is incredible. Joining us now on Equal Pay Day, founder of Tina Brown Live Media and the Women of the World Summit, Tina Brown, that starts Thursday.
Thursday, it's an incredible lineup. Amazing lineup.
The timing is amazing with Equal Pay Day, and especially with this president, who many women see as just a massive insult on many levels. What do you have on tap?
Well, we have an amazing group because we have Viola Davis coming, who's been so outstanding about this whole issue. You know, she said to us in L.A. when she joined us, she said, you know, don't tell me I'm the Black Meryl Streep. Where are my roles, right? She said, if I'm the Black Meryl Streep, why don't I have that resume? Because she found it so hard as a woman to sort of break through that. We have Margaret Atwood. We have Hillary Clinton moderating a panel, which I don't think she's done, I mean, that I can remember.
That will be fun.
It's great. She has 4 incredible global journalists, who from Russia, China, Turkey, talking about the rise of authoritarianism and how, you know, this is a creeping trend. And she said, I'd love to moderate this year for a change.
And you're
it's going to be fantastic.
Me Too.
Well, looking at Me Too, opening night, we have a remarkable panel because we have Aja Argenta, who was raped by Harvey Weinstein. We have Amra Gutierrez, who was the model who, of course, was in the sting, the FBI sting with Harvey Weinstein. And we have an incredible woman called Laura Boldroni, who's a major Italian politician who has fought for women's rights in Italy. And we're going to talk about how Me Too in Italy really doesn't exist and how, since Argenta went back to Italy after the Weinstein revelations, she was slut-shamed, she was called a whore. These women have been trashed, you know, far from being Me Too heroes. In Italy, the post-Berlusconi world trashes women. And we're going to be talking about
the
that.
list that she has of women, of incredible women, is like 3 or 4 pages long, but it's how Tina puts them together that creates really kind of explosions on stage.
Hillary Clinton as the interviewer is a very interesting idea. In America, hashtag Me Too. In France, hashtag name your pig. Italy has no amusing Italian hashtag for the Me Too movement.
The only hashtag we're seeing right now is like, you know, whore. You know.
That's kind of a problem.
Yeah, they actually burned Laura Boldrini in effigy. I mean, you see signs of her, you know, her being burned in effigy. It's absolutely incredible.
Sophia,
I think what's great about Equal Pay Day is not only that someone like Tina is doing this amazing forum that you're always doing. Mika, your books, and I'm going to say this on air, I just read Knowing Your Value and Grow Your Value. I'm late, but they're awesome, and thank you. But I think that I want to remember women of color on this day, too, because it takes us even longer to earn the same pay. We're getting paid even less than our Caucasian sisters. And I think that we have to remember women of color as we lift as we climb. So we should be working together to make sure that we're all at the table.
Well, no doubt, because it's 80% pay gap for white women, but I think it's 58% for women of color.
Right.
And it is just so hard for them to get the kind of pay that they're expecting. And that's what Viola Davis talks about.
Yeah, it's opportunity as well as pay. So.
Exactly.
Well, this all starts Thursday. I want to ask you what you thought of the big news of the morning and President Trump's very defensive response yesterday when he came out with John Bolton sitting next to him his first day in office. And he's apparently going to be speaking about Syria, and yet he seems a little perturbed by the events of the day.
Well, that was a stunning visual, I have to say. But also what is scary about Trump is he has no ability to compartmentalize. I mean, here he is in a war cabinet, and he's rambling on for like minute after minute after minute with his own kind of maudlin, self-defensive, whining, in a sense, about what's happened. And yet everyone involved in that sting, frankly, has been sort of, Trump appointees. I mean, Rob Rosenstein, the Trump appointees, signed off on it. The district attorney, Trump appointees, signed off on it. He cannot say this is a Democratic plot.
No.
Sophia,
but he does.
Go ahead.
I would just add quickly that I want to say to the American people, be clear, this is not a witch hunt. A judge had to approve this. I know it's been said all day, but you know it's a disgrace, you know it's a shame. The President of the United States attacking yet again every institution we have and calling it into question. This was not a Mueller thing. This was U.S. attorneys going to a judge. And it's a big bar, Willie, for that judge to authorize that. They had some there. There's something there.
And he was reeling yesterday. I mean, that was just one of many things he said that absolutely untrue.
Absolutely
Democrats
untrue.
all on the
They
panel.
found nothing.
That's
It's all
not true.
Republicans,
it's Bob Mueller,
actually.
It's
Yeah.
Jeff
Felt
Sessions.
like total panic.
You can go right down the line. And I think what we were talking about earlier, what concerned a lot of people was he sounded like a man who was ready to take the next step, whatever that is in his mind. When he was asked about the
I think he's
firing of
gonna fire
Robert
him, I
Mueller,
do.
he
So do
said
I.
that's something
I think
we're
he's
going to
gonna
look
fire
at.
him.
Well, that would be a man who's cornered. Joe, he tweeted this morning, attorney-client privilege is dead, and just as a service, I also tweeted that it is in the case of an attorney and a client being deemed or proven to have committed a crime. So actually,
Right.
the president is right in his tweet, and I know he watches cable news, so just trying to be helpful.
I know that he will appreciate, as always, your support, and it's very humbling to him in these difficult times. That's when you really know who your friends are. So we've been talking for some time about the fact that this was not Bob Mueller who executed this, that it was Donald Trump's supporter, a guy that wrote him a $5,400 check. He also was the Republican that replaced Preet Bharara, who responded to Donald Trump's tweet when he said the attorney-client privilege is dead. Preet responded, "Long live the crime fraud exception." Bill Kristol quoted Justice Cardozo, who said in 1933 for the court, and this is the law of the land, the attorney-client privilege takes flight if the relation is abused. A client who consults an attorney for advice that will serve him in the commission of fraud will have no help from the law. He must tell the truth and let the truth be told. Amen. And that is exactly what happened yesterday. And if Donald Trump fires, Mika, if Donald Trump fires Bob Mueller, I think that what we've heard throughout this morning will be true, and what we've heard for several weeks will be true. The Republicans will stand up in the Senate, and it may be the beginning of the end of his presidency.
True.
Well,
I'm looking forward to what Sally Yates has to say, because she's coming to Women in the World on Friday, and she has been on a tear
I love
about
her.
attacking the
I think we all need to buckle up. Tina Brown, thank you. The 9th annual Women in the World Summit kicks off this Thursday, April 12th at the Lincoln Center here in New York. We look forward to it, as always.
Mika.
It's amazing.